Hello friends, welcome back to the another video lecture of software engineering subject. In today's video lecture, we are going to discuss about Agile process model, component based development model and what is product and process. So let's start with the Agile process model. So Agile SDLC means Agile Software Development Lifecycle Model is a combination of iterative as well as incremental process models with focus on process adaptability and customer satisfaction by rapid delivery of working software products. Agile methods break the product into small incremental bits. Why? Because it also uses the incremental process model. Every iteration involves functionality, team working simultaneously on various areas like planning, requirement analysis, design, coding, unit testing, and acceptance testing. The agile processes are lightweight methods, are people based rather than plan based. The agile process focuses on development team to focus on software itself rather than designing and documentation. The agile process believes in iterative method. The aim of agile process is to deliver the working model of software quickly to the customer. This is the agile process model. Here you can say all SDLC phases are available. Here planning, requirement analysis, design, build and test. One iteration will be built into 2 or 3 months. After 2 or 3 months, second iteration will be there. Second iteration will be built in 2 or 3 months. After it, final iteration will be there. It will be built into 2 or 3 months. Means you will have a large product to build. Then you will have to divide into some iterations. And after getting final iteration, you will get your final product. Here, for example, we have taken only 3 iterations, but iteration can be more or less. Now, let's discuss advantages of agile process. So, first advantage is customer satisfaction by rapid and continuous delivery of useful software. By every iteration, we will deliver a continuous delivery of software. Customers, developers, and testers continuously interact with each other. Daily cooperation between business people and developers. In agile process development, there will be a daily meeting, or we can say a standing meeting between the business people and developers. Continuous attention to technical excellence and good design. Regular adaptation to changing circumstances. So these are the advantages of agile process models. Now let's discuss disadvantages of it. In case of some software, it is difficult to estimate the effort required at the beginning of software development lifecycle. Means, as we discussed that our software can be large. So in some cases, that will be the difficult to estimate the efforts. The project can easily get off track if the customer representative is not clear about final outcome that they want. Only senior programmers are capable of taking the kind of decision required during the development process. So this is the agile process model. Now let's discuss component based development. So meaning of component based development means reusability of our component, reusability of our software component that we have already discussed in previous models, but this is a component based development model, so we will discuss it in deep. Here you can see this is one type of spiral model like design. Here our customer communication phase is there, our planning phase is there, then risk analysis phase is there. Here our new phase is there, engineering, construction and release. Our component based development will be into the engineering, construction and release phase. What we will have to do, firstly we will have to identify the candidate components, means for our software product what are the components that we need. Then we will look that components in our library, means we have already made that components or not. in our library how much component are there. From that component, how many components we can use in this software. So we will have to look up in components in our library, means in our storage. If exact component is available, then we can use that exact component into our software. If any exact component is not available, then we have to extract component. Then build component if is unavailable. Means if any exact component is not available into our software library, then we will have to build that component for our software. Means our software have different 5 components, or we can say 5 modules. If in our library 3 modules are available and 2 modules are not available, so we can use that 3 modules directly, and we will have to build that 2 modules that are not available into our library. After building that 2 modules, we will store the 2 modules into our library. Why? Because if in future we will have a software in that this type of module is needed, then we can directly use that models or components. So we will put new component into our library. After it, we will construct nth iteration of the system. Iteration can be first, it can be second, it can be seventh. So we will construct the nth iteration of the system. After building or after putting our component into our software process, we will release our project or product to the customer, and after that phase, customer evaluation phase will be there. Okay. The commercial off-the-shelf components that are developed by the vendors are used during the software build. These components have specialized or targeted functionality and well-defined interfaces. Hence, it is easy to integrate this component into the existing software. The component-based development model makes use of various characteristics of spiral model. This model is evolutionary in nature. That means the necessary changes can be made in the software during the each iteration of software development lifecycle. Before beginning the modeling and construction activity of software development, the candidate component must be searched and analyzed. The component can be simple function, or can be object-oriented class or methods, or it can be a whole module. Okay. Some steps are applied to the component-based development. First step says we will have to identify the component-based product and analyze them for fitting in the existing application. Second step is that analyze the component integration issues, if we integrate in our software or not. Third step says design the software architecture to accommodate the components. After it, fourth step is integrate the component into the software architecture. And last step is conduct comprehensive testing for the developed software. So these are the steps which we have to follow. Software reusability is the major advantage of component-based development. So reusability reduces the development cycle time and overall cost. So this is the advantage of component-based development. Now our next topic is product and process. The product and process have strong relationships. If the process is weak, then the product quality will be compromised, and also dependency on process is very dangerous. As creative software professional, you should also derive as much satisfaction from the process as the end product. The importance of the both the product and process will be one of the key elements. If we discuss some points of software process and software product, then process are developed by individual user and it is used for personal use. where software product is developed by the multiple user and it is used by large number of people or customers. Process may be small in size and processing limited functionality. It defines framework for effective product generation, where our product consists of multiple program codes, related documents such as SRS, designing documents, user manual, test case, and so on. Our process generally only one person uses the process, hence there is a lack of user interface. In product, good graphical user interface is most required by any software product. And process is generally developed by the process engineers, where software product is developed by software engineers who are large in number of and work in team. Therefore, systematic approach of developing software product must be applied. If we talk about our process, then the output of process is product, where our product development occur by the following process. Means both are the important for each other. Okay, so this is about product and process. So this was the chapter number 1, unit number 1, introduction to software engineering. In that we have understood what is software and software engineering. We have understood evolving role of software. Uh, we learned about software applications, software characteristics, software engineering, layer technology. In that we have seen 3 layers of software engineering. We have discussed about software myths, practitioners, business people, also customer myths. After it, we have seen software processes. We have seen software development life cycle. In software development life cycle, we have seen waterfall model, incremental model, RAD model, then prototyping model, spiral model, concurrent development model. In this video lecture, we have learned about Agile software process model, component based development model, and what is product and process. So this is our unit number 1. Okay, if you like this video, then like, comment and subscribe. Also share it with your friends. Thank you.